Man, that is gonna be the worst frickin' villain ever. I mean, look how goofy he looks.
We are the chosen ones. We run into the battle. We run into the fire.
Now that's a badass villain right there.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This is going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 11 / the final season. This is going to be for The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 4, Rendition.
Death, day after day. I'm angry. Make them feel our wrath.
Okay guys, this is going to be doing another video for today. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today. This one is going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 11. This is going to be for Episode 4, which is titled Rendition. So, holy frig. So, Walking Dead final season continuing to just absolutely impress the hell out of me as the episodes go on. I have loved basically every episode of this season so far. Loved episode 1, absolutely loved episode 2. 3 was freaking awesome, and 4 has been absolutely fantastic. Walking Dead final season, all I can say, keep up the phenomenal work, keep up the phenomenal quality, and this will be the best season Walking Dead has ever done. I'm going to say that now, because if they keep up this quality, I'm going to stand by what I just said there. This season is absolutely incredible. So, okay. Episode 4, Rendition. Now, this episode was a Daryl-focused episode. We got to see a major kind of Reapers-focused episode. Definitely the biggest Reapers episode we've ever gotten in the series so far. I don't really think there's any kind of debate there. They've had the most screen time in this one that they've had. And we get to see them as actual people in this one, not just enemies with masks on that fight our survivors. In this episode, we actually get to see exactly what that group is like on the inside, which there's an episode coming up this season called On the Inside. So, kind of makes you feel like this one should have been called On the Inside, right? Because you got Daryl on the inside. So, all right, now let's talk about it. So, after the end of episode 3, Daryl, of course, goes a separate way, and I kind of thought that this is how they would probably do it, is that Daryl would go off, he would get caught by some Reapers, he would have to fight a few of them. Dog is, nowhere to be seen afterwards, and then Daryl covers himself in some zombie blood and stuff. Basically goes out there, tries to find Dog, and unfortunately, we get it's a cool return, but it's definitely sad for Daryl. We get to see the return of Leah as Dog is not listening to Daryl. Dog is listening to Leah. As she takes the mask off, she points the shotgun at Daryl, and Daryl gets captured. So, man, what the hell kind of opening scene was that? That was crazy. So, Leah's return, okay, here's the one thing, right? We all knew Leah was going to return, so I figured, let's address that as well, too. We all knew Leah was going to return, so it's not a surprise. However, even though I knew it in the episode, even though I knew it was going to happen, even just when she took the mask off, I was still, in shock somehow. I don't know how. It's like I knew it, but I was still somehow in shock. I don't know, just the way they did it. So, yeah, we roll intro, then we basically see Daryl getting taken in. Now, okay, they really have some torturing tactics here. We've got Leah, who obviously is asking Daryl, what was that group you were with? They're pouring water on his head. They're just absolutely, torturing him in any way they can to get the information out of him. But basically, Daryl tells Leah a sob story in this one, that he was only with that group on the road, meaning Maggie, Gabriel, Negan, and the others, for a couple days, and that he really doesn't know anything about them, and he was just rolling with them for a couple days, but he doesn't really know them all that well, and he kind of says that at first, and then you kind of get further into the episode, and then you kind of see more of the, the story, but Leah in this episode is a very interesting character because we find out that, yes, she did join the Reapers after the fact that she left Daryl in episode 18. That's kind of her new family, as she says, that, they're her family now. And basically Daryl, swears that he doesn't know anything about it, but obviously they don't believe him. So they, of course, do throw him inside of the cell. We get to see, some of that stuff, as Daryl, again, continues to pretend like he doesn't know anything about Maggie's group. And we even see, which this was actually a shock to me in this episode, one of Maggie's people was actually there in this episode. He was actually there. The dude from episode 1 and 2, he was actually in the other cell, and Daryl was talking with him in this one as, they're both locked up. And instead of Daryl kind of being like normal Daryl, which is kind of what you would expect, it's like, oh, okay, man, we gotta find a way out of here. We gotta get the hell out of here. No. He literally pretends, like, even in front of him, pretends like he doesn't know Maggie, which I have to kind of stick up for Daryl in this scene, is that he doesn't know this guy. Why would he care? What he cares about is, getting the hell out of there and also just finding out more about Pope. And you can tell, and this is what I love about Daryl in this episode, he's tied up, he's a prisoner, but the whole episode, he's studying the hell out of Pope. And I love that. I love that, and you can just tell by the way Norman acts the scenes out. And it's so brilliant, honestly. So, gotta give him some credit this episode as well, too. The way he did that, the way he just completely just talked to that guy from Maggie's group, and he's like, look, I don't want to hear a damn word from you about that. I traded with you once, I don't want to hear a damn thing about it. You got it? Okay, good. It's like, damn, bruh. So, love that. Thought that was really, really crazy. And basically, we get a few other pieces of dialogue between Leah and Daryl. Leah, says that, Daryl left her behind and stuff like that. And basically, Daryl said he got scared and stuff. And Leah basically says, like, I'll get you to, talk to Pope and stuff. And, Daryl's wondering, like, when can I talk to this Pope, And she's like, soon, So basically, okay, now we also have Leah. Okay, so let's talk about this, all right? So Pope is introduced, which I was, you guys know when I first saw the first picture of Pope, I was like, why? Why? Why on earth does he look like that? The goofy mustache, the glasses, the hat, it looked so weird. And honestly, I'm not even going to say it doesn't look weird in this episode. But the way the actor, and I knew this was going to happen, the way the actor performed the scenes, and in particular when he talks to Leah in this episode, and when he talks to her about kind of how, he almost says like, oh, yeah, that's your boyfriend there. Of course you'd vouch for him, stuff like that. And he's just like barely listening to her. He's like carving his knives, and he's like, yeah, okay. And he's just barely listening to her at all. And until he feels like he needs to put in his 2 cents, where he basically says like, all that is your boyfriend. Of course, you're trying to get him to join us, But Pope wants to see it for himself, right? That's what he wants to see. He wants to prove that Daryl is actually capable. So he basically locks Leah and Daryl in the same room. And at first I was like, wait, what? Wait, is he actually, like, just saying, screw you, Leah? Like, for a second there, I was like, wait, is he actually gonna, like, just give up Leah, too? Like, he's, like, he doesn't want any, like, he doesn't want her to be part of the group anymore. But he basically tries to burn, of course, the room that Daryl's in, and Daryl immediately gets out. He, of course, helps Leah. He gets Leah out of there first, out of the burning building, and then he gets himself out of there. Daryl is a frickin' G, right? I mean, honestly, in this episode, damn, like, so, absolutely crazy. And then Daryl gets out. You see the burning building in the back, and you've got Pope and all of them that are all looking at him. And Daryl, is just like, kind of looking at him like, what's going on? And basically, you've got Pope that welcomes Daryl into the Reapers. Now, that was crazy. That was a crazy scene as well, too, when Daryl gets welcomed in. And it's just like, damn, okay, so Daryl's in now, It's almost like, which this is one hell of a journey that we're going to be on here, because it's almost like the Eugene, joins Negan and the Saviors, except done right this time, and done in an epic fashion with a really epic character, because, it's almost coming full circle. It's like Daryl didn't, and I think this is the reference we got to use for this week's episode. Every episode of this final season has a reference. This is the one for this week. Daryl was locked up by Negan and the Saviors, and he didn't, he said he was Daryl. This time, after all this time in the final season, we actually see what it's like for Daryl to be forced to join another group. It's really crazy. So I like that. I like how that kind of changed from season 7 to season 11. So basically, we get to see, Daryl. He obviously has joined the group now, and we get Pope that talks with Daryl. Now, this was an interesting scene, because he mentions how he actually, these guys, the Reapers, were actually out in Afghanistan. They were, obviously they are very, very well skilled, talking about how how they had to, carry their dead brothers and stuff along with them. And basically they get to talking. Daryl has like a smoke, he has a drink and stuff like that. And basically they, have no choice. Some of the Reapers don't like it, but Pope welcomes Daryl in. And Leah's like, I told you I was right about him, And basically you get this Reaper that doesn't really agree with it. He's not really happy about it. And basically Pope, I guess, just don't want to hear it. And it's really crazy, he's like, something's been bothering me, I'm like, man, dude, such a friggin' cool villain, man. I'm sorry, I judged this guy too soon, because when I was watching that scene, I was like, come on, man, that's friggin' sick. So, basically, we get to see him, and he basically pulls a Negan in this one. Again, though, I hate to say it, in a more epic fashion. Instead of just stupid Dr. Carson and all this crap, he actually friggin' throws this guy into the fire just because he doesn't like the way he's talking. And Daryl and Leah witness that, and it's kind of like a warming welcome for Daryl, if you will. So, man, oh man, I don't even know what the hell to say about this episode. This episode was absolutely fantastic. It was exciting. It was an awesome Daryl episode. Pope honestly blew me away in this one. And, yeah, I'm going to give this a 10. I have no complaints this week. The Leah return was crazy. Now that Daryl's on the inside, what is that going to be like going forward? And what is Pope going to do? I'm assuming we'll see him again in episode 6 because it doesn't appear like he's going to be in 5. However, wow, guys, just phenomenal episode. Episode 4 is going to be a 10 out of 10 on my end. So definitely let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about this week's episode of The Walking Dead. Write your comments in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you're new here, click the subscribe button to some of my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Dead videos, subscribe, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?